it's me, NJB. I am so tired. I can't even tell you how tired I am. I have arrived in the location that I'm gonna be in for a while, and you're gonna be here with me. I will give you a tour of the place tomorrow. What time is it now? It's 10:37 p.m. I'm waiting on dinner to arrive. The restaurant has called me twice since I ordered to tell me what they ain't got. And I was just like, okay, what do you have? So I'm getting a burger. And I really don't eat burgers very often. I don't care that much about burgers, but after looking at what they had on the menu, I was like, okay, let me get a burger. At least I know, what's gonna show up here. And they don't have any fries, so I'm gonna get a chayote. I've seen chayotes in the grocery store. I've never had one. I certainly would not have opted to have one with a burger if there were other options. But yeah, this restaurant, it has 3 good Yelp reviews and no other Yelp reviews. So we're gonna see what shows up here. I'll show you my dinner. I've been traveling all day. I really need a shower. Like I don't stink or anything, but I just feel gross. I slept maybe 3 hours last night. This was a rough trip because there were issues getting me checked in for my flight. We'll talk about this tomorrow. But I'm gonna, when my food arrives, if it ever arrives, because it's been like an hour now, and this dude has called me twice, and I'm like, every time my phone rings, I'm like, well, when I'm at home and I order from DoorDash, they don't call me. They don't call me till they outside. So, but when in Rome, or when in wherever I am, I'm not in Rome. You'll find out in a moment. When I recorded this, I wasn't sure when exactly I was gonna tell you where I was. But you know now. My food has finally arrived about an hour and a half after I ordered it. And here, I'm just going to show it to you and then I can start eating. I haven't even looked at it yet. So these are the bags that it was delivered in. And it was delivered by a guy on a moped. All right, there's my... What is this? That's the chayote. What is that stuff on it? No. I'm not going to eat it. I might pinch off a little portion that doesn't have all that white stuff all over it, but let's look at this burger. Okay, it looks like a burger from the outside. I asked for ketchup and mustard if they have it, because I don't know if they do ketchup and mustard here. I don't see none on the top. What do I see? I see, oh yeah, that's right. I ordered bacon on it. This other bag is trying to fall over. Bacon, and it's got a tomato. It's got a bunch of lettuce on it. What else is in here? It's got some cooked onions. It's got some, well, that's lettuce or coleslaw or something. It's got some cheese on it. And I asked for no mayonnaise, so please. Okay, they didn't have any ketchup and mustard apparently, but it also doesn't have mayonnaise, so I think I can live with that. I got a bunch of peppers. I love peppers. I'm not eating all those tonight, but I will hang on to them. Because I'm going to be here a while, and I'm sure I'll want some peppers at some point, okay? All right. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this bag. Hey, ketchup and mustard in there. What is that? Oh, the white stuff from the chayote must have leaked out. Oh my God, I don't even want to look at that. It looks. Please take it away. And I got myself water because I cannot drink the tap water here. I don't drink tap water at home, though. I don't drink tap water nowhere. 2 bottles of water. I figured that would hold me over for tonight in the morning for the purposes of brushing my teeth. And I ordered myself a beer just to like christen the fact that I'm here. But right now I don't even feel like drinking beer. So that beer is just going to hang out here until I feel like drinking it. And that's it. All right. I am happy my food is finally here. I'm going to eat this burger, get in the shower, and see what tomorrow brings. And tomorrow I'll give you a tour of the place, and I will tell you what happened today while I was traveling. You know? When you travel, sometimes it's wonderful and things go smoothly and it's just a beautiful experience. And then sometimes you're like, why didn't I just stay at home? And for a while today, I was thinking that maybe I should have just stayed at home. But now that I'm here, I'm glad that I'm here. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye. I ate about 2/3 of that burger and started to feel queasy. So I took 2 Pepto-Bismol chewable tablets that I brought with me and called it a night. Yeah, and that dinner cost me $31, 31 US dollars. I spent a good portion of the next day on the Walmart website ordering groceries. More on that later. Hola, hola, soy Nicole J. Nothing in the last 24 to 36 hours has gone the way I planned. But, hey, how mad can you be? I'm out here in paradise. So I did not plan to go out today, but I have to because I had intended to just order groceries from Walmart and have them delivered, and then I would have food. Walmart can't deliver until tomorrow afternoon. So it is now 3:38 p.m. and I have not eaten anything. I've had water today. So I'm a little hangry right now and I need to get myself something to eat. In addition to that, there's some paperwork, like I have to handle some business. There's some paperwork that I started the process of trying to get it done at the end of August, and the people who I need to approve it, without going into too much detail, they've been dragging their feet. I've been emailing and like no response, and then I finally get a response. Oh, this person's handling it. Long story short, I had to call this individual's boss today to find out, well, where's, like this was supposed to be done. And so now I got a bunch more paperwork that I need to fill out and send back. And I did not intend to have to spend my first day here doing this. So I'm not thrilled about that. But I am going to get this done. I'm going to get myself fed. When you're hungry, everything's worse. It's like if you're hungry or you're in pain, everything seems like a catastrophe, which I know it is not. So I'm going to go get myself fed. I really wanted to give you a tour of the place first, but I'm doing it backwards. So let me get my face together. I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday in the process of getting here, because yesterday was a rough day, and that's why I didn't intend to leave at all today. I just want to chill, look at my gorgeous view, and not do anything I didn't feel like doing. I got my travel paint set over there, and I want to do some painting, I want to do some writing, and I want to sit on the balcony and just look at the view. Really, that's it. This vacation This trip is not about running around. Let me see how many places I can go before I have to come back. This is just for me to clear my head, find some direction, R&R, rest and relaxation. And nothing about the last 24 to 36 hours has been restful or relax. Well, that's not true. I had a good night's sleep last night. The bed, when I first just sat on it, it's the hardest bed ever. Hardest bed I've ever been on in my life. Now, I like a firm bed, but when I sat on this, I was like, I don't know how this is going to work out. So I don't know if it was because I was dead tired or if it's actually a good bed that I got a good night's sleep, but I slept in today. And then I opened my eyes and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm in paradise. So I will let you know more on that because I'll be here for a while. So we're going to discover a lot of things together. But yesterday, let me tell you the events leading up. I'm putting on my shoe. The events leading up to yesterday. Booked my ticket to Acapulco, where I am now, via Aeromexico. They code share with Delta. I've had a not so great experience with Delta, so I don't generally mess with Delta. I've never flown Aeromexico before, but I figured, okay, I mean, it's their airline, like I assume they can get me where I need to go efficiently. From the time I booked that ticket, the website is whack. Like it doesn't work the way you expect it to work at all. When I had questions, I would call Aeromexico and they would say, oh, Delta is handling that leg, so you have to call Delta for that. I called Delta. Delta has the most frustrating customer service in my experience, like of any airline I've ever had to deal with in my life. My stomach's growling. I called Delta. I never spoke to a person at Delta because their wait times were always ridiculous. One time they said 45 minutes, and I thought that was a good deal because I hadn't been able to get through previously. One time it was 3 hours, another time it was 2 hours and something, and then they also have this messaging thing where they're like, you can wait on hold for 3 hours, or you can press 0 or whatever, and we'll text you, or something like that. There's a bot that texts you immediately to find out if they can direct you to some video or some link, some page on their website that never answered any of my questions. And then they ask you, do you still need help? This will go on for hours. They're not responsive. It's not like you text them and then they text you right back. It's not like you're having a back and forth conversation with this person. It's like they're probably texting with 12 other people. So when you respond, it takes like 10 minutes, 15 minutes for you to hear anything back. So this goes on for like an hour and a half. So that's what's been going on. And I couldn't check in for my flights. And I was like, okay, well, I cannot deal with the airlines. I'm trying to get packed. I got a lot of loose ends to tie up. I cannot be dealing with the airlines all day long. I got to get out of here. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to get to the airport 3 hours ahead of time, which is the recommended time for an international flight. Sometimes I'll fudge a little and get there between 2 and 2.5 hours, but with so much stuff going wrong and not being able to check in for my flight, I was like, nope, I'm gonna be there. The Lyft came and picked me up at, it was supposed to be between 5:15 and 5:25. I think he picked me up at like 5:35, but he drove like a bat out of hell. And when I got to the airport before 6 a.m. and my flight wasn't due to leave until 9:10 a.m. Went to the little kiosk, ready to check in. I always try to fly without checking a bag because I don't want to carry it. First of all, I just don't want to deal with dragging around a whole bunch of stuff. And I don't like to check my luggage because sometimes it gets lost. Sometimes it's, oh, it's ended up somewhere else and now you got to come back or we got to whatever. I don't like dealing with that, so I want to keep my stuff with me. However, I'm going to be gone so long, there was just no way that I could pack in just a carry-on and a personal item and include, I brought both my cameras. So I got camera equipment, I got tripods, I got all kind of stuff. So I had to check a bag. The kiosk let me check a bag and charged me $30 for it. Then it said it couldn't print my boarding pass. So this is where the airport fun began. I asked a woman in a Delta uniform what I should do because I wasn't able to print my boarding pass. And she told me, go and talk to this lady over there. And the lady over there was helping somebody. But there was a guy right next to her behind a desk. And so I stood there while, the lady she sent me to was helping someone. So I stood there. And he didn't acknowledge me in any way, Delta employee. And I was like, okay, well, I know she sent me to you, but you busy. But this dude is just here. He didn't look up from whatever he was looking at. And finally I said, are you open? No. All right. Would have been nice for you to just say that. So I wait for this lady to finish with the people she's working with. And then I tell her what's going on. So she typed. She was really nice. Type. She's looking. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Type. Looking again. I don't know. So I was with her probably 15 minutes. Then she said, I'm not able to print your boarding pass either. Why don't you go and stand in that line? That's like for special help or whatever she called it. All right. I'm in the special help line for like 15 more minutes, maybe 20. And I finally get up to the front and I tell this guy what's going on. So he looks and he never explained what the issue was, but it was something with Aeromexico. I mean, he could have just blamed it on them. But given the fact that their website is whack, I believe him. So then he's like, okay, this is easy to fix. The hard part is me getting somebody on the phone. He said, the good thing is you're here early. So I'm waiting. I'm just kind of, I finally put my bag down. I'm like, okay, this is going to take forever. Let me put this heavy carry-on bag down. And waiting. Maybe 20 minutes go by. And I asked him, I said, are you calling Aeromexico or are you calling a different department in Delta? Ooh, I forgot I was supposed to be getting myself together. And he said, Delta. And I said, it seems like you all would have a hotline. And he said, yeah, this is the hotline. He said it would be worse. It's worse for you guys, when you call. I'm like, yeah, tell me about it. I've been trying to get through to somebody all week. I kid you not. I was probably standing there for about 45 minutes. And then someone finally answered. He had them look up my record locator. And that person tried to get my boarding pass and couldn't do it either. And so he was told to contact a different department. So now he's got to make another phone call and be on hold again. And he's like, how's your morning going? I said, about how yours is going. And so we both laughed. And he said, well, but at least you get to go to Acapulco at the end of this. I said, well, I don't know. From the looks of it now, I might be right here in LA with you. Maybe 20 more minutes, somebody answers the phone. And he asks a question about whether this is something they can handle there at Delta or if it has to be handled when I land in Mexico City for my layover. And he gets told that Aeromexico has to handle it. He hung up. He said, I was trying to handle this so that you didn't have to deal with it on your layover because your layover isn't that long, but I've done everything I can do. I thanked him. And I went on about my way. Checked my bag. I checked my bag and I went on about my way. So I get to my gate at LAX and I'm allergic to peanuts. It's a severe allergy. And when I fly, I always have to let them know. So I went to the gate agent and I said, hey, I have a peanut allergy. I don't know if it's noted in my account or not, but I did ask a Delta employee to note it. So I don't know if I need to tell you or what. And he looked and he said, no, I don't see it in here, but I'll add it. And I said, and by the way, I chose a seat online, but now I have this other seat on my boarding pass. Is this a window? And he said, no, it's an aisle. I said, oh, do you have an available window? And he looked and he said, yes, I have one in the exit row. Oh, great, because exit row generally means more leg room, and I'm tall, so I need that leg room. I'm like, thank you so much. And something's going on. He's not able to put me in that seat. So he asked the guy, this is a young guy. I assume he hasn't been there long. So he asked this older guy standing next to him, he said, hey, there's a seat, but the computer system isn't enabling me to move her to it. And he looks at it and he says, oh, there it is right there. It's because there's a communication problem. And I said, a communication problem? He said, yeah, like a language problem. He said, a speech problem. I said, who has a speech problem? And he said, Aeromexico noted that you have a speech problem. I said, I don't have don't you hear me talking to you? I don't have a speech problem. And I told him, yo puedo conversar en español también. If that's the issue, I can speak in Spanish too. So there's no problem. If I can please have that seat, that would be great. Thank you. So he did. He got me that seat. And they noted in my account that I couldn't have peanuts, but then told me that I should tell the flight attendant. The flight attendants were so nice. At the end of the flight, I said, it was a rough morning, but you guys have been awesome. Sometimes the flight staff will get pissy about me having a peanut allergy, and I'm like, I didn't make myself. And I promise you, if I made myself, I would not make myself with any allergies. I'm sorry, I don't know why you're serving peanuts on the plane. Now there's so many people that are allergic. Like, are there no other things that you can serve? But they didn't give me any attitude at all. So I got off in a good mood, knowing that, all right, I'm in Mexico City now. I got to go through immigration, and then I have to figure out what's going on with this boarding pass so I can get to Acapulco. Didn't have any problems in immigration. There weren't that many people there. I got through there in a decent amount of time. After I got through immigration, I had to go back through security as if I had never been on the plane to start with. And the guy at security basically made me take everything out of my bags. He had all kinds of questions about what's this, what's that, why you got scissors, and they were little bitty scissors. He wanted to know what my face cream was. He just asked every question in the book, and then also swabbed down my luggage to make sure I wasn't carrying explosives. I don't know what that was all about, but he didn't do anybody else like that, so I don't know what was going on. And then I had to figure out, all right, where do I go? I didn't see any boards telling me where to get on my flight. It just wasn't clear. And I'm used to traveling, so I'm used to navigating in different languages and stuff. And I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, they had English and Spanish. So that wasn't the issue. It just wasn't real clear how things were being done. I asked somebody, and they told me what to do, but it's like they only gave me part of the information. And so when I got to that place, I had to ask somebody else for the rest of it. And then they sent me to a place, and I got to what I thought was supposed to be my gate. I did eventually find a monitor that said, flight, my flight number 381 or whatever it was, to Acapulco, gate 77. But I couldn't get to gate 77 because it was roped off, and there were a whole bunch of people in that area. And so I tried to ask this man, how do I get to gate 77? He says, go sit down. Wait, what? Go sit down? What? He was so rude. I tried to, explain to him. I'm like, okay, maybe he didn't. We're doing this in Spanish. Maybe he didn't understand me clearly. Maybe I didn't use the right words, because I'm no longer fluent in Spanish. I was when I left college. I don't use it enough. I forget things, conjugate the wrong verb, wrong article, whatever. And so I'm speaking slower. I'm trying to explain to him. And again, he tells me this time in English, go sit down in Sala C, which is Hall C. I'm like, okay, this is not helping because I need to get to gate 77, see the gate agent and find out what this boarding pass situation is. And I cannot wait until it's time to get on the plane to deal with this. Otherwise, I'll be stuck in Mexico City. So I go find somebody else to help me. And he's looking, and he's having the same problem that they were having at LAX. He can't print my boarding pass. Finally, after about 20 minutes, I don't know what he had to do, but finally I get a boarding pass. Yay! So now I'm like, well, where do I go? And he says, Sala C, which is Hall C. And I didn't know what was going on because I'm like, Hall C is like way over here. And the gate where my plane is leaving from is way over there. And it's roped off. Like, I can't even see it. I can't even get over there. So I don't know what's happening. And I just don't want to get stuck in Mexico City overnight. So I go back to the guy who told me to sit down. and you know, he sees me and he just kind of turns like this. And I'm like, what's wrong with this? This dude really does not like his job. I'm not being rude or anything. I just need some information. Why is this roped off? Can I get to my gate? He tells me Acapulco is not boarding yet. And then I hear somebody else come up and says, well, what about Acapulco? So I'm not the only one with questions, but he's being a real butthole. He's here. I sit right here because I want to hear what other people are asking him. I need information. And he's got the information, but he's being a jerk about it. So I'm going to sit here and just see what's going on because Nicole is not missing this flight. Maybe about 10 minutes later, I don't know if he had just been on a power trip or what was going on, but he opens up the little rope that had roped off that area so I could go and get to my gate. So all of us that are going to Acapulco can go and line up. So what I figured out after the fact is that they have these different holding areas. They're called salas, and the sala A, sala B, sala C. So it's basically Hall A, Hall B, Hall C, and so forth. And if you're on a particular flight, they put everybody who's going to be on that particular flight in that hall, that little holding area. You know how all over the airport you can hear when, flight such and such and such to wherever is departing, or is boarding now or whatever. They don't do that. They do it by section. So if you belong in section C, you go on, everybody in that section is going to Acapulco with you, and then they tell you all when to board. And then you all move together as a group and you go and you stand in line and you get on the plane. Like, I didn't know that. I've never seen that done before in any airport I've been to or been through. All he had to do was tell me, but sit down. I was like, I wish I was at home right now because I would have had some words for him. But I'm in a different country and I have to be mindful of that. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be in this airport overnight. And like, I don't have anywhere to go in Mexico City. And I don't want to have to find somewhere to go overnight in Mexico City should he choose to not let me on the plane or whatever his issue was. So I had to just listen, just put up with that, sit down. I get on the plane and then I realized I don't have the seat that I chose. I did not choose this seat. Like, why is this on my boarding pass? So everything, and I paid extra to be able to choose the seat that I wanted. Like, everything just from beginning to end has been a mess. At this point, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm hot. I just want to get to Acapulco and get to my Airbnb. I told Aeromexico like a week ago that I had a peanut allergy. They noted it in my account. I said, do I need to tell anybody else? No, it's going to be in your account. Now, I usually make sure at the airport that they know so I don't end up in a situation like I have before with everybody on a plane opening up peanuts and then me landing sick. Because so much was going on, I didn't do that double check. And sure enough, here comes the flight attendant down the aisle with her cart asking what you know, if I wanted anything to drink, and I said no because I didn't want to have to go to the bathroom. And then she hands me my snack, and I look at it, it's a packet of peanuts. And I'm just like, okay, well, this is not great, because now I'm near the back of the plane, so everybody in front of me is opening up peanuts, and the guy next to me and the people behind me are about to start opening up peanuts. Luckily, I had packed a lot of extra face masks, and I had them with me. So quickly, put on a face mask under my KN95, put the KN95 back down, put the face shield back on, and I'm like holding it to my face. And I'm like, please, please, please don't let me have a problem. I don't want to be sick right now. I don't want to have to use this EpiPen. I don't want them to have to land this plane somewhere and take me to the hospital. Thankfully, I was fine. Finally, we arrive here in Acapulco. What time is it? It's 4:08 p.m. Okay, it won't be dark for a while because I'm not gonna be out wandering around in the dark. I got to go find this store. There's a Circle K down the street, and I need to. It's like I'm at the top of a hill, so I got to wind my way down, and it's a whole thing. So I don't want to be out. I'm not gonna be out wandering around at night. Land in Acapulco. I let the Airbnb host know. I let the driver know that I had landed, and he says, okay. When you get off the plane, let me know. So waiting to get off the plane, it was a little bit of a wait, and then all of a sudden, go. Okay, I grab my stuff and I go, and baggage claim isn't far at all from where I get off the plane. It's a small airport, and my bag is there. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm here. I just grabbed my bag, and here I come. And so he tells me where to go, and he was right there out front, really nice guy, gave me the lay of the land as we drove the hour from the airport to this Airbnb. And he asked me, why are you staying so far away? And I said, well, what do you mean far away? Like I saw this, I loved the view, I fell in love with the view. And this is really a trip for me to just mostly chill. I don't need to be near the nightclub, you know, that kind of thing. I'm texting with my Airbnb host. She lets me know that a woman by the name of Mrs. Norma will meet me. Okay, cool. So I get here, I meet Mrs. Norma and her husband, Mr. Mauricio, or Mr. Mauricio, well, Mauricio, we're not going to translate his name. They were so nice. I walked in, she had cleaned the place. The place was spotless, like the floors and most of the walls are white in here. There's a lot of glass. If things are dirty, it's easy to see. The place was immaculate. I always do my own little cleaning or whatever, just so I feel comfortable. You know, I felt pretty assured that things were going to be clean. They showed me around the grounds, and I, got a chance to look and see what's what. And then they left, and I was just here trying to figure out how to get myself fed. I'm like, I'll worry about groceries tomorrow, which is today, but tonight I'll order from somewhere. I got my Walmart grocery order started. That grocery order, it took so long. I've never ordered groceries in a foreign country before. I read the nutrition information, and some of the ingredients are words that I'm like, I have no idea what this is. And then I'm figuring out, all right, this says 299 pesos per kilogram. What is, so I'm converting Mexican pesos to US dollars, and I'm converting the metric system to the imperial system. It took forever. Finally, I'm like, look, this should get me by for a while. Maybe at some point I'll actually go out to the grocery store, which I'm sure is a lot easier than what I just did. Then there was an issue with my credit card. The address on my credit card does not match the delivery address, obviously, because I don't live here. But they offer cash on delivery. I scheduled delivery for between 1 and 2 p.m. tomorrow. I don't want to get here too early because I don't want to have to be up too early. So I need to get out of here and get myself some food for today, just to hold me over. All right.